Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Delighted to have on Troy Dunn. He's been on the program before and always an engaging guest. We talked about his book that just came out at the time called Young Bucks, How to Raise a Future Millionaire. But he's better known among TV viewers for being the locator, and now has a new technology that's designed to really help parents monitor their child's phone and computer activity and really curtail those things that often lead to self-destruction. Troy, welcome to the program.
Well, thanks, my friend. Good to be back.
Yeah, good to have you. It's been too long, and delighted to have you back on again. Tell us a little bit about Dad Guard.
Well, listening to that introduction, which was very kind, and I appreciate it, it sounds like I just pinball my way through life looking for projects, but I don't. This one chased me down in that I co-hosted The View last summer, and the whole hour that I was on were about family issues, and I have 8 children, so those issues always come to the forefront of my mind on a daily basis, and then it was a lot about bullying and teen suicide and abductions, and it was just horrible. I mean, the information that I found as I started to research to get ready for that appearance shocked me. And I'm like one of those, I would say, extremely protective parents. I mean, I know my kids' passwords for everything, and I know how to log into their email, and I watch stuff, and they're not allowed to delete history on the computer. I mean, I'm pretty diligent. That being said, I was horrified to learn things like this horrible trending rate of teen suicide, these young girls that are taking their own lives. They're finding out now the vast majority of those young girls, before they take their life, they do an internet search to see how to do it. They hint at it to their best friends on Facebook chat. The bullying, the vast majority of bullying today is not kids pushing each other down the yard. They're online, and they humiliate one another until somebody breaks. The abductions are generally met by somebody who they find online who poses as one person, turns out to be. In fact, there's that horrible story that just went down the last 24 hours up in Maine with that 15-year-old girl who went out to meet the boy she met on Facebook, and she disappeared, and they just found her body.
Oh, man.
And what's happening is these parents are only learning all of these things after the fact. When the child is dead or gone or abducted, the police come in, take the hard drive and the phone, and they go through it, and they're like, well, geez, ma'am, did you know she mentioned this 3 days ago or this or that? Even sexting, when these really nice girls get talked into doing really inappropriate photos by boys with hidden agendas, or not so hidden agendas.
Not so hidden agendas.
Yeah, and you know what happens is that the surveys are finding from the studies that what happens is these girls will say, no, I'm not sending you a picture for a long time, until they're so pushed by these boys that they'll take a photo, but then that photo sits on their phone for hours and sometimes days before they'll finally submit and send it to the boy with his promise he'll never share it, and then of course it ends up on the internet. And that girl ends up humiliated, and sometimes she takes her life. So there's these little windows of opportunity scattered all over the place where parents can intercede and save these kids. So I said to my wife, we got to figure out. I mean, we've always been those people that, if you're either part of the problem or part of the solution. So we went to a security software company that protects companies from employees stealing their information and said, can we create something for parents? So we came up with Dad Guard, and basically it empowers a parent with everything they need to know before tragedy happens, and it's all done in this really quiet stealth mode. So you install it on your child's cell phone, or you install it on your family computer, or both, whatever. It runs totally in the background. The child is never aware of it. Nobody's aware of it. It's invisible. And then you get these reports, and it will tell you, you'll see all the chat conversations, so you'll be in the loop on what's being said. You'll see all the searches they do on the various search engines, so you'll be alerted the moment something is searched for that could be dangerous. You see every photo taken on the phone. You see all their Facebook activity. You see everything.
Yep.
And it might be, for some parents, more than they want to know, but I will tell you, it's not true.
By the way, we're both fathers of 8, by the way, Troy.
You have 8 children?
Yeah, I do. It's a blended family, but we raised all 8, and so we do have that in common, by the way. Now, I have 7 boys and 1 girl. And
we have 6 and 2.
Yeah, there you go. And so let me ask you, one of the things I find very interesting, by the way, check out dadguard.com, is the pricing for this is extremely reasonable.
Well, it turns out to be like 17 cents a day. I wish I could give it away free, but this software is expensive to develop. The support behind the scenes, you will never know it. You'll install it and forget about it. But behind the scenes, there's hundreds of people that are working to maintain it and monitor and keep it working. So it does have a cost involved. But yeah, it's like 17 cents a day. It's at mydadguard.com, by the way. That's the site to get it at, is mydadguard.com.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Mydadguard.com.
Okay.
And I want to make sure they get the right address.
Mydadguard.com. It downloads instantly. And again, you just need your child's cell phone for just a second. You just need to go get it, download it, and then they hand it back to them. They'll never even know it's there. And not that I'm trying to sneak something, but, we always, as parents, do lots of things to monitor our child's safety. And sometimes they're aware of it, and sometimes they're not.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to be discreet about this stuff because their safety is that important. And what about updates? Any changes and that type of thing? Are you paying for those, or do they come automatically?
Yeah, you'll get notifications of updates, and it will go in. There's certain things that just update automatically. You won't know, but if there's a radical change in it, then you'll be told there's an update to download. But almost everything just does it on its own. It's made so the parent doesn't have to do as much work to keep our children safe. I will tell you, as one of those parents but by the way, I love my kids. They're good kids. They might be great kids. I trust them. So it isn't about trust, but I worry sometimes that they think I don't trust them, because we do frequently say, let me see. We call phone check. It's 2 words. We say it, phone check, and they just have to hand their phone to us. No hesitation. No, hold on, let me go in my bathroom and delete something. And it works out fine. But we don't do that anymore. We don't have to do that anymore. We don't bother them with that anymore. I used to be worried about some of the friends that my kids hung out with, because, every kid comes over and says, "Hi, Mr. Dunn." They're always very polite and they use their manners. But you know how you know who your kids are hanging out with? When you see them talking when they think nobody's listening. And I start to see these conversations that my children have with chat messages with various friends, and I realize these are really good kids. They have really good friends. They're really good influences on each other, and I'd stop worrying about it. So for me and then the households of the Dunns, it's just brought tremendous calmness and peace. It's not brought drama. It's brought the opposite of that.
It's mitigated some of that, I'm sure. Very
interesting. Some households, it's going to save a life.
Are there organizations critical of this because of the fact that it, quote, infringes on a young person's civil liberties? I mean, are you hearing any of that kind of nonsense?
Yes, I have had several people who are very frustrated and feel like the kids are being violated and their privacy is violated. I say to them, you know what, you're being hypocritical, because you may not think you should know what's happening in the digital universe, which, by the way, is where our kids are spending most of their time now. But you won't let that 62-year-old weirdo pedophile from Houston fly in and sit on your front porch and say, "Hey, can I come in and hang out with your 13-year-old daughter in her bedroom for 2 hours?" You won't let that happen. You won't even go upstairs and ask her, "This guy wants to meet with you. Are you okay?" You won't give her any access or any rights. You'll just send him away and tell him, "Get off your porch." But you know what? That 62-year-old pedophile from Houston is sitting in the bedroom with your 13-year-old daughter. He's on her phone and they're chatting. The only difference is your daughter thinks he's a 15-year-old boy with a really cute face, but he's not.
Yeah.
So we can't pick one area of our life, which is the real world, the physical world, where we're super protective, and then when it comes to the digital world, which is a very real place, and then not have any rules or any regulations or any monitoring. And
I think you've hit the nail on the head. For some reason, generations that are 40 plus and certainly older still don't quite make the connection of how real this virtual world is and how much mayhem it could lead to. My guest, my friend Troy Dunn, great spokesman for great causes, as well as wonderful media personality, fantastic guest. Always enjoy having you on. MyDadGuard.com. MyDadGuard.com. And thanks for all you do.
Hey, thank you, my friend. God bless, and good luck with that beautiful family of yours.
Hey, thanks. I need all the luck I can get and then some. All right, I'm Kevin Price. You're listening to The Price of Business. We want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. Now, while there, make sure you check it out on Facebook, like it on Twitter, spread the word of the great work usdailyreview.com is doing. Stay tuned for more right after this.